Hey, everybody. Welcome to Open the Gates. I'm your host, Matt Burke. And tonight we're going to be having on Sean Arendt. He's going to be talking about his book, Type 1. So if you guys could give a warm welcome to Sean, that'd be awesome. What up, Sean?
Hey, Matt, how you doing? Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah, man. It's I haven't talked to you in a while. I mean, last time I talked to you, I think I was on your show with with Joe.
Yeah.
I picked up your ash can and Joe's ash can, and I still have them in the package. I haven't even opened them yet. So.
Oh, cool. They're gonna be worth $1 gazillion in about like 50 years.
I'm like itching my way to them, so I want to. I kind of don't even want to open them.
I don't blame you. I put gloves on when I touch ours because we do the gimmick shit.
Yeah.
And like I don't want my greasy fingertips like splotting up the covers. So
yeah, no, I hear you. My fingertips are greasy as fuck. Greasy bastard.
Facts.
Yeah, man. So how's everything going, man? How's the weather over there?
It's good. A bit hot. Rain here and there, but it's all right. It's going good. How about cool, you? Man. You guys getting hit with any horrible heat?
Nah, man, it's been pretty chill. I'm over here in California, so I always ask people like what their weather's like over there. Like a lot of times it's people are on the East Coast, but it's been really bland over here, man. Summer hasn't really hit. I mean, it's kind of hot. It's nothing, So just pretty laid back.
Oh, there she is. Mwah! That's my sweetheart.
Yeah, man. And I'm watching this show right now called This Fool. It's like
how great is that show?
Have you seen it or?
I gotta start season 2, but season 1 was hilarious. Like I'm related to most of those fuckers, so like that's awesome.
Yeah. This it was hilarious. Like some of the episodes are like hilarious, like the first few ones, and some of them are I think they're all pretty funny, but some of them are really funny. Because I don't know, I'm from Los Angeles County, so I know a lot of people like that in the show.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So, yeah. Hell yeah, man. So I've been watching that. I'm working on my stuff. My book too. Just putting that on and looking up. And you're working on Type 1 right now a bit.
Yeah, I've taken a break from working on it just because of the move and everything. But
yeah,
I'll be getting back to it probably next couple of weeks. I gotta work. Well, this weekend I gotta start grinding away on a book on the campaign called Con Artist Volume 3, the of Type 1. Sup, Jay? So I gotta get that fleshed out and uploaded to the campaign, and then have Dan Kemp color it, hopefully when he has free time. And he's busy, but he's tremendous. Like,
yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I remember when you announced your book that you were creating a character that was diabetic, and I thought that was awesome, man. My father is a diabetic, and my grandpa, he was one of the craziest people I ever knew. He did a lot of Forrest Gumpian things throughout his life. He got me into comics. He was a cop in Detroit. Yeah, he actually did a lot of stuff. He was into the Phantom, the Shadow. He
Oh, word.
Yeah, he built bridges in the Korean War. He was an undefeated world champion in boxing for like different. He was in the Navy. He'd fight like the Army and the Marines. Got out, became a cop, did all this crazy shit. I could go on. But the thing that stopped him was fucking diabetes. It took his legs, and that's what stopped him, And it's just like, I always thought about that. And I remember when you told me that you were doing this book, it really made me think of Grandpa Jim,
Oh, so, God bless him. I'll toast my Diet Pepsi to him.
Yeah.
But it's kind of selfish how it all came upon. I created the character when I was 11 years old. It was for like an art contest, the local convention back in North Jersey, where I'm from, and the creator of Colossus and Storm. Why is he escaping my head? He's such a gentleman. Dave CLEAVER, help me out. Dave Cockrum. I met him when I was 11. So I took all what I loved about the cartoons in the 80s and 90s, like Centurions, Bionic 6, Spiral Zone, Silverhawks, Captain Powers. Essentially, I ripped off Die Hard from Youngblood, like for the mask. And I'm like, it's Strees. It's supposed to be Straith, but I'm dyslexic and I didn't know how to properly spell. So he loved it. He thought it was cool. Kept on with it as like one of the characters in my folder. I saw this episode, like a Choose Your Adventure with Mario Lopez, and he had a kid go out to California to meet Rob Liefeld to hang out and have Rob looked over his stuff, and then he drew his character with Badrock. I'm like, oh, that's the coolest thing. Like Rob Liefeld's like my idol, like my hero, my artistic hero. Like he's on my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of an opportunist. So I wrote a letter to Make-A-Wish now. I'm like, my name is Sean Aaron, 15 years old, I'm diabetic, and here's my superhero Strees. And I gave the note to my Dr. Weezen, and he's like, what's this? And I'm like, it's my wish. Yeah. And then once he realized what it was, he's like, that's not how this works. I'm like, but life turned itself out, and I became buds with Rob like later on in life. But yeah, it's I guess it's me as a superhero. You know, it's all my loves of like mine and Aztec lore, and I guess what it's safe to say, like ancient aliens, like, and that's really? Just like a broad spectrum of many different things you could just put in there. You just say ancient aliens, and people are like, I'm on board with you.
Yeah, it just blows up, man.
Yeah, so it's a lot of excitement. It's going to be a lot of unexpected creatures and characters, but it's a throwback to the 80s and 90s comics, cartoons that we grew up on. And it's my love letter to like Rob Liefeld's Extreme Studios.
I think his design is really fucking, like really, really original, like the way you designed him. I didn't know that he was going to be somewhat inspired by, I mean, you're talking ancient aliens and fucking Aztec mythology. If no one's fucking touching that. I have a guy at work that a gentleman I'm working with, dude's like 70, and he's just like driving forklifts and picking up stuff, and he's just like, and I was showing him some drawings, and he's like, can you draw me an Aztec warrior? I'm like, fuck yeah, I can draw you an Aztec warrior. And I'm just thinking, like, man, they like God of War is huge. The Viking shit's like the trend right now. Sure. Before that, it was like Clash of Titans and Greek stuff, but no one's doing anything with the Aztec or the Mayans. And the only thing that was really cool that we got so far in multimedia was Apocalypto, in my humble opinion.
Right. Solid ass movie. Just wish there was more to it.
Right. Get a little Rambo First Blood at the end, though, right?
Yeah. That was pretty cool. That was very cool. That's a solid ass movie.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the only other thing, I mean, it's still kind of corny, but was From Dusk Till Dawn, the TV show.
I gotta finish that. It
was a little corny, but it was still like I wanted to see. I love like Aztec mythology. I think it's awesome stuff, man. But that just makes it even more excited for your book because I had no idea it had any of that in it. You know, just one more thing about it.
Well, my grandmother was from Mexico. My family's Mexican. I'm on paper, and I have all these fairly heirlooms around me, like the Mayan calendar.
Yeah.
And just different pictures from family visiting different sites and pyramids. I'm just like, wow, this is cool. Like you're saying, like it's an untapped part of history that nobody really messes with.
Yeah.
And like I love Stargate, and I love Egyptians, like the Egyptian world. But you can tie that all in. Like if you look, like you could see symbols here and there that are very, very, very copacetic on what they are and similar. Pyramid, so I'm just like, yeah.
All over the world, right?
Yeah, and then just throwing in my love. Kayla's gonna make fun of me, but Anunnaki or Anunnaki, tomato,
right?
But like, I'm throwing like Thoth in there, who's kind of like the creator of like the Southern America and the pyramids of that, like rejuvenation chambers. Like that's where they got Apocalypse from. Like where like Apocalypse had his rejuvenation chambers. That was in Mexico and like South America as well. So
totally, dude.
Yeah,
that's exciting, man. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, that just makes me like even more excited for your book. Like I
appreciate that.
Fucking dope, dude.
Thank you.
So like I know who you are. I mean, you've talked a little bit about yourself, but for some people that don't know who you are, is there anything?
Fuck them.
Just for the new people that are watching.
Oh, okay. No, I'm Sean Aaron. I'm one half of Art and Stuff with Joe M. Sontag, and 1/3 of Akba Appreciating Comic Book Arts with the lovely Kayla that's in the chat right now. I've been doing, I guess, live streaming for a little over 3 years now.
Hell yeah.
With Art and Stuff, we like to talk about art and stuff, and then we like having creators on, like we have Matt on, and tell them about their books, just talk about different topics that may interest us, just to kind of get like a lively conversation. And both me and Joey are very blessed with the audience for and stuff. It's been very, very well needed in my life in these past 3 years. So it's definitely a therapeutic, but also a place where it's just like with your people, you know.
Yeah, I will say, man,
so inspiring.
Yeah, your show is awesome, man. You're in Joe's show and stuff. I remember first watching it. I don't get to watch it all the time, but I'd love to catch it live when I can. But it's just like the stuff you guys talk about, making comics, creating comics. You have people on. You guys do the deep dives on the books. A lot of people, you don't really get that much content on YouTube. Really, like some cats do it, but like that's why I went to YouTube, was trying to find stuff like that. Before I was just like, fuck YouTube. I never even got into it. So like there was a show called Strip Panel Naked. I really liked that show. That dude stopped making videos for like 2 years. He just dropped a new video like a day ago. I was like, what the fuck? That was a show. And then Eat the Man Skyver, I was just didn't know who he was, and I was just like, oh, this guy's cool. He's
my neighbor now.
Oh, really?
Well, he's in a close proximity, but I think we're very close to each other. Yeah.
And then you guys, I found out later, and I was like, oh, these guys are cool, and they got a bunch of different like people coming on, and they're talking about comics a lot. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
You were one of our first real regulars, like when we kind of got the ball rolling of growing the show and this and that. Like you were definitely one of the first, like, I guess we like to say like our 2.0 resurrection.
Oh, yeah.
like after like we had Dan on, and then John would come on, because I'm like, John, can you do me a favor, come on my show, friendship card. And then he's like, you guys are idiots, you need to do things this way, and hopefully we're doing it that way. But yeah, you were always in chat, and whenever you're on, it's always a joy. It's good to see people, like, because you build these relationships. Whatever totally. You see, like it's like in the chat as an avatar or a different name, like Spunky Red Pants. You're like, I love you, Spunky Red Pants. I don't know anything about you, but you're good people. Yeah. So it's awesome. It's awesome. It's fun, and I love. We could just entertain people. I'm like you're spending your hard-earned time like listening to me. Are you kidding me? That's awesome. Like, I'm sorry.
Hey, well, you're funny as fuck, dude. And then you guys, you and Joe have different personalities.
Yeah, he's stiff as a board nail, and I'm like a hot tamale.
Yeah, it's just funny, man. You guys are hilarious.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Well, you know what? We just be us. Like, is there a kayfabe maybe here and there, but just me and him, how we would talk to each other or anybody else. Like if we were at the bar, a comic convention, or on the street, which sometimes gets me into trouble, but good thing I'm behind this video camera, Somebody hit me.
Well, no, I mean, that's the camera could save you. I wonder, man. Like, you got a favorite metal band? I know Joe's probably got a couple, but
okay, I know that I'm the one that's known for like R&B and pop, but like I love, like my dad brought me up on so much great music because he was like a hippie from the Bronx. Yeah, but like from like Zeppelin to Floyd to Santana. Yeah, all the music of his era. Like hard, like, are you talking about like Pantera type of hard metal, or are you talking like same vein Metallica, which is kind of like the everybody's answer? But
for me, like, I'm a metal stan, like I'm a metal whore. So okay. My ranges from like Black Sabbath all the way through to like,
Black Sabbath.
Fucking Alex the Terrible now. You know what I mean? So
I'm not familiar with that, but
he's like deathcore. I just started checking him out. He's this Russian death metal band, but the dude gets up on stage and without a mic, just fucking full throat, tells everybody to shut up. And
oh shit.
But then he does like covers. He'll do like Western covers and Lincoln, or he does a Mudvayne and just anything, But so I like all different styles of metal. I even consider Zeppelin metal to a certain degree. You know what I mean?
Right. I think they were like kind of like the first. Well, what the hell do I know? Like,
they're one of the first heavy metal bands.
Yeah.
I call them metal. One of the first metal bands. Like,
sure.
Yeah. But you got one? You like Pantera or what?
I enjoy Pantera. I saw them. Well, I saw them, White Zombie, and Deftones back in '96
Oh, nice.
at the Continental Arena in Jersey, and that was an experience. Like,
You like
I got
Deftones?
into, I didn't, because they were just coming around then, and Chino was so wasted, he was kind of just
Yeah.
falling down. I'm like, this is trash. But I've seen him a couple of times in concert.
Yeah.
That pit just whooped my ass. Like, I was trying to get out of a pit, lost a sneaker, lost the other sneaker, lost my socks.
Oh,
And
fuck. That's
The
pretty
funny thing
hardcore.
about the story is, I went back to my buddy's cars, and each two friends brought both sneakers. And I'm like,
wow.
thank you, God, because I had to be on a flight to Houston,
Man.
the next morning. I'm like, where the hell am I gonna go to a sneaker shop at 2 a.m? But Seven Dust. I love Seven Dust.
I remember Seven Dust back in the day. Like for me,
Yeah.
Seven Dust and Korn and Limp Bizkit, Slipknot and Deftones, they're all part of the new metal.
Okay.
Some of the new metal, and I like fucking new metal. Back then, that's
Right.
like what I was listening to. Before that, I was listening it changed. Like a lot of different things changed. But I remember one of the bands I was in, we would jam like Korn, Deftones, Slipknot. Like that was what we did. That's what fucking But then I just kind of started finding more of the European shit, and that just fucking blew my mind.
Nice.
But I always ask people that come on, dude, what if they got a favorite metal band, and about 75% of the time, you'd be surprised people do got favorite metal bands. It's hilarious, dude.
My
the
friends
comics,
from
I don't get it.
my friends from up north, where I'm back home, they're all into metal, different music, and they would just bring me. Well, I would go along because it's Friday, Saturday night. Where I'm like, maybe I can meet a hot chick at the concert, which was really my real ambitions. Right. But I saw some cool ass bands, some cool concerts. So shout out to Jordan, and Shu,
cool, man.
Those cats.
Oh yeah. When you're working on your book, you have obviously your main influence is Rob Liefeld, but is there any other like influences artistically that you have?
Oh, there's so many. Yeah, like I guess my Mount Rushmore is wait for Kayla, Adams, Rob Liefeld, Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee, and Tom Grummett. So, but then there's like the second generation like of guys like Joe Quesada, the like Marat Michaels, Dan Frega, Chap Yep, Michael Turner, Joe Benitez, David Finch. Like,
there's a lot. Huh?
There's just too many. But I would love to tell you more. But it's just whoever I'm inspired by or want to steal something that particular week to put into my bag of tricks.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Like some of them do mouths good and hands good and shadows good and action good and energy good and fight scenes good and lighting good and perspective good. Like it just keeps going and going, right? Yeah,
Jay from Desolate Soul Studios said Booth. Yeah, of course, Booth. Brett's one of those guys that we've had a bunch of times on, and it's just good peoples. Just good peoples when you get to talk to him.
Yeah, his art's awesome. I've seen this like X-Men piece he just dropped on Twitter like this week. He just did like the shapes of the whole X-Men. I'm like, damn, dude, he's it's really cool, like his style.
It's Jim Lee, Art Adams,
maybe a hint of Silvestri, a tiny little hint of it, maybe in some of the shapes of the heads or something.
What's his name? He did Excalibur. English bloke. Alan Davis. A little bit of Alan Davis in there. Yeah.
There's a lot too, huh?
Yeah. The selfish thing what I love about doing the shows is when we have artists that we grew up and are inspired by.
Yeah.
Then you get a relationship with them and they become your buds. Like with Dale. It's like I get to hang out with Dale Keown from time to time, and it's I don't know, it's just I feel very blessed upon this whole thing because of that.
Yeah, I loved his Hulk, man. I think he did a book called Hulk the End.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was always a book that I was always on the back burner, and I always fucking wanted it. Did you ever read that one?
I did a long time when it first came out. It's a pricey book, or it was for a good while.
I just thought it looked pretty metal, like he's like the last person on the planet. He's fighting gigantic cockroaches, right? Like that's kind of like, I'm like that. I want that.
All day, every day.
Real simple, but it sounded cool,
Yeah.
I was wondering when you're, writing, do you have any like writers that influence you? It doesn't have to be in like comics or anything like that, but is there
Jeff Loeb.
Oh, okay.
I do like Kurt Busiek, Mark Waid back in the day, people. You know, a lot of it has to do with, again, with the cartoons I grew up on, movies I watched, interactions with people. Uh, yeah, I take a lot from life as well, and
Yeah, you got to, right?
that's the only way I think I can make it real. Like
Yeah.
I can create all these characters, but if I don't put some sort of essence of somebody I know or a situation I heard of or saw into it, it feels like Sunday comics, which is nothing wrong with that because that's something I grew up on as well. But to make these characters real, I try to put as much as myself and experiences I know into it. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, totally. I think a lot of writers say too, like you have to get out there and live life if you want to be like
Yeah.
a good writer. Like
Hmm.
have like a lot of universal material. You have to go out there and have like experiences, good and bad, and you could have something more luscious to pull from when you're writing your stories. So yeah, that's cool, man. Um,
I guess that's with everything, whether it be writing, uh, drawing, painting, being a musician. You
mm,
know, because a buddy of mine, well, an old friend of mine, he played guitar, but he only did it just for fun, for shits and giggles. He
right,
had
right,
his own life story, like bad relationship with his dad, and when I hear him play the guitar and like he played the blues, like I felt those chords that he was pumping out. Like
yeah,
you could feel what he was going through, whether
yeah.
if he was fucking around or what have you. But I think yeah, I love I love hearing I love hearing guitarists that you could feel their soul. Like I think that's why I love Santana so much. Cause
Yeah,
like
they make it cry. You know what they're feeling. You can feel the
yeah,
melancholic emotion of their soul.
that's
Definitely
powerful. That's
through the
powerful.
notes.
Hmm.
How long they hold a note. How many melodies and notes they can pack into it. No, I agree
Right.
with you 100%, man. When you're I know everyone's got their own process, but how do you go about like taking your say your script, you type it up and then thumbnail it? Like how do you go about doing that for your like the
Oh,
process in which you make the book?
I am so shoveled and shuffled. I'll either write in quick notes on my phone or my iPad.
Yeah, me
Since I
too.
know what the scene is,
Yeah,
I'm just like once like how Tom McFarlane do it, maybe like a one sentence scene,
yeah,
and then maybe
totally.
some little descriptions in there. But everything is loose. It's basically
Yeah.
I envision a scene, I put the beats I want,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be an action scene or if it's a one-on-one something heartfelt.
Yeah,
I'll put
yeah.
in the vibes, and if it's something that's heartfelt, I'm like, remember this time, like something that happened to me,
Mm.
and I kind of go in there.
So that way you could go there maybe when you're jumping to that part of the book.
Right.
Eventually you could get
Yeah.
there again because of that thing
Yeah.
that happened to you. Okay.
Yeah. A big part of the book too is it's an uncle and nephew story.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm an uncle. I've been one since I was 17, and
Mm.
being a nephew myself, like I'm not saying it's like being a father. It's better because they go home.
Yeah. No, 100%. I
Yeah,
agree.
but you know, you take the
Yeah.
relationships and things you learned, and you try to bestow upon them the proper guidance and knowledge to make them good human beings. And I think I've helped my brother-in-law and my sister in that aspect. But anyway, it's important to me that it's a heartfelt story. And when Tom, the main character, talks to his nephew Aaron, it's essentially me talking to my nephew or my
Oh, that's
friend
cool.
Aaron, who I named Tom after, who passed away from complications to type 1.
Mm.
So it makes it a little more real. And you know, I don't feel as bad as writing like mushy stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's like
Yeah. It comes from a
yeah,
place of realism from yourself. Yeah.
yeah. Like I get a little less Stan Lee y, and
Hmm.
maybe a little more. I'll say Jeff Lowe because he could write heartful moments as well as the big bang popcorn movie scenes. You know.
Right. Right. Best of both worlds, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, man, you got me wanting to check out your campaign. I was wondering, maybe we could share it. I have your Indiegogo up right here. If you want, you could share it on your end.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Let's do this. I am the worst.
nice.
I think I did that right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go over to the Cintiq.
Nice.
All over. My computer has the clap. That's what happens when you move back to Jersey. There we go.
Yeah, Jersey, man. I want to. Yeah, I'd like to travel there sometime. Who was it? I was talking to Polton. Your homie Polton was on your.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I was telling him, you guys got to do the fucking Jersey Devil. Like everybody that lives over there should take a crack at it. I mean, that's like the oldest cryptid in America. It's actually older than America. The Jersey Devil story.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, it's fucking, it's so metal and brutal and like depressing and sad. Like oh, it's I don't know. Sorry.
No. It's yeah. No, I've had my experiences seeing shit in where I grew up in like our park. But that's a different story called The Grove that will come eventually. So
nice.
Yeah.
So you're thinking about possibly doing other comics, other IPs.
Oh yeah,
that have nothing to do with Type 1, or maybe in the same universe, but
it could be in the same universe. Yeah. Again, stories I created from when I was a kid. Like I just pulled out the pile, and it just so happened Type 1 just kind of took off a little bit faster than I thought. Yeah.
That was the one that kind of just you can't really explain it. It just simply is. Right.
Yeah. I posted in. Well, I down when I was living in Delaware, I threw a comic convention called Geeks at the Beach.
Oh, hell yeah!
And
nice.
My partner and I, Heather Reed, we business partner, not life partner, single ladies, but we teamed up with an animal shelter. So if you came in, you brought some animal food, necessity gear, whatever, you get a little bit cheaper. Mm-hmm. We dropped off all the stuff to one of the persons that was associated with the organization, and she was just a real twat. And I'm like, they weren't appreciative, and they were really hard to get hold of. So I'm like, you know what, next year, well, should have been 2020. Let's do it for JDRF, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation of Delaware. Reached out to them. They thought it was an awesome idea. COVID happened. Our contact left on that end of the organization. So I just kind of threw it out on Facebook, like diabetes groups. Like people would be like, I'm a diabetic and I plant flowers. I'm like, I'm a diabetic, I draw superheroes. And I got a lot of good responses from that. So I put a bunch of shit I was working on then to the back burner to focus crafting this story.
That's awesome, man. That's cool too that you got a bunch of stuff you're working on. I'm doing that myself too, you know. I'm a greenhorn, but yeah, there's a lot of stories I want to tell. So
it doesn't keep it like it's not as like monogamistic, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I say on the show a lot, and I'll say it again. Like I'm working on one thing for like 10 years now. I'm like, I got other homies that are making books, and they work on 3 at a time. And they say, you know, it's better to kind of work on one thing and kind of get kind of tired of that for a few days, maybe work on something else, and come back to the other thing, and you got even more inspiration rather than just hammering it hard, just pounding out that one IP. You know what I mean? So
that's well said. Definitely. Yeah.
I'm like, all right. And I hear people doing that, and I'm always just like, nah, fuck that. I'm not going to do that. But now I'm like, you know what? No, I'm liking that. Or maybe do a trading card or some fan art or something, then come back to my stuff. So that's pretty fun.
You know, the great part about like your end of it, like you this isn't your first rodeo, you know, like, you know, your time management, you know what you need to put into creating your book. So you can shelve it for maybe a couple days or a week, work on something else, but go back to it for the campaign.
Oh yeah. Do you ever work on a page that like shouldn't take that long, but it takes way too long?
Yeah, every single one.
Or it's just like a page that's supposed to be real simple, and you're just like, dude, what the fuck? It's not that it's like, it's just not the energy, but just the mood isn't there. Like sometimes I'm working on a piece and it's like the mood isn't there. It's not the energy. It's just like, I don't know. I'm not getting this feeling of emotion when I'm on the page, you know? I don't know.
Sure. Well, that's when you take breaks. You know, you get yourself a good comic or a book or watch a movie that inspires you. Like give me a Todd McFarlane or a Rob Liefeld, any issue they did, whether it be cover, anything. Let me look at that for a bit, and I'm back in the zone. Or Adams.
Well, I got to ask you, man, like, what did you think about Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man? Like, you know how... Oh. I know it's kind of like a gray statement, but for me, I think Bancroft was another cat. I talked to my buddy at work. He was like in his 30s, dude. He had Mary Jane. Like, they were kind of older. He was kind of drawn bigger. You know what I mean? Yeah. I felt like we never really got that in a movie form. Do you know what I mean? Like a bigger, kind of older, like Peter Parker. And a lot of people are like, yeah, you know, that would be pretty dope, dude. Like to see him kind of got his shit together. He's older. He's like, it looks like he's in his mid 30s. You know, I don't know how
they kind of gave that to us in the Miles Morales cartoon, but they turned Peter into a schlub.
Oh yeah, he was all fucking sloshed out and
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
chilling, the sweats on and shit. Come on, bro, like get your shit, go hit the gym or something, dude.
But it was cool to
Yeah.
see Toby's rendition of Spider-Man in the last one.
Dude, I
Like,
haven't seen
like,
that yet. I still want to watch that movie. I gotta check it out.
I was
Yeah,
a bit iffy, but it was a really solid flick, and I was never really a Toby fan. I
yeah,
like Andrew Garfield better, but fuck, we're getting Spider-Man, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. No, that's
So
cool.
hopefully we get more of both of them and more incarnations. But yeah,
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, I love the design of the character, man. You said his name's
that
Strees, right?
yeah, Strees. Just a name again I made up as a kid, and you know, clearly I'm not trying to invent Shakespeare here, you know, with what I'm doing. So it's definitely a throwback to Image Comics
That's cool, man.
And animation.
Yeah, I love that.
Let's see.
I like the energy coming out of the hands, man. It kind of
Right
reminds me of
here,
like Walter Simonson a little bit, you know?
yeah. This see what's really selling it isn't my art. Like it's my friend Phil McNulty, and this is colored by Dan Kemp and Phil. Phil oozes 90s. He could mimic anybody from Jim Lee to Todd to Rob. Like he's a mutant within himself.
It's one of those wolf artists, huh?
Yeah.
I got a buddy like that. It's like,
I think he's autistic.
how do you
like,
draw? Like, how can you ape a style like so good? You know? It's like,
yeah.
what do you want? I got the George Perez. I got the Magnolia. What do you want? I got the fucking McFarlane. I'm like, damn, how do you do that? You never made a comic book, motherfucker. Like, it's crazy. Oh, this is a gorgeous piece, though, man. I love
Thank
it.
you. It's one of the variants we have. Do you want me to go over the tiers first, or you just want to roll through this?
Sure. Just let's go down. I mean, if you want, maybe you could give. I know we talked about it a little bit, but maybe if you want to go like a hair more of just a little synopsis in the story, like what's going on with Strees in type.
Sure. Let me put on my glasses because I got a little notes in front of me, and I'm kind of an old man.
Well, hey, dude, welcome to the club. I've been wearing these bad boys since I was 3.
Oh goodness. According to the Mayan calendar, back in 2012, the world was supposed to end. It was kind of like Y2K, you know, like 10 years later. And everybody that's one in South American lore. It's like that's when all to be all was supposed to happen, but it really wasn't. It was a misdecoded translation from what was believed of what we were told. But the case was that it was a warning for something entirely different and much more severe than what was believed. Thoth of the Anunnaki created the Mesoamerican pyramids as not only conductors and regenerator chambers, but also prisons for false gods, such as the 9 Lords of the Night. And the 9 Lords of the Night in the Mayan and Aztec lore are very different. The Aztecs are more deities, and with the Mayans, it's more the 9 levels of the underworld. It doesn't mean hell. It just means they believe we came from the underworld and just a different level. So with the 9 Lords of the Nights, I was able to kind of do like a little bit of a Mortal Kombat scenario.
Yeah.
And with my main character Tom, when he was on an internship, they took a field trip down to Mexico to the pyramids, and his mentor found one of these rejuvenation chambers or one of the tunnels leading towards it, and he was led towards something, and what we saw was what looked like not really like a vase, but just a shape, and it turned out it was a suit of armor. And with the suit of armors is more of a safeguard for the imprisoned 9 Lords of the Night that are scattered across Southern America. And the suit was drawn to Tom because of who he was inside, what he had inside. And unfortunately, his boss, went missing. But we got the beginning of Strees, and it wasn't like a day-to-day thing. Like, it would kind of come and go, that we'll learn on throughout the series. But where we pick up, things are in full effect because a lot of, let's just say, like, lights are going off. Okay. Occurrences are happening in the world where it's like the suit is kind of needed more than it was in the past 10 years when he first got the suit.
I think that suit in real life would be needed right now.
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of current, bro. I mean, what do you think? Right?
I'll buy into that one for sure.
Right? And you're saying that there's possibly theoretical nine knights that he might face off against?
Yeah, we'll definitely be introduced to one of them in the first book.
Oh, sick, dude. That's dope.
And then
that's
I got
awesome.
I got a cool ending scene. I don't like to blow my ego, but I can't wait for like your stereotypical like the bad guys meet up with the good guy. You know, you're gonna foil the plan.
It's gonna happen.
Streets comes. Yeah,
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I mean, that's dope. I mean, it happens in real life. You know, you're gonna meet your bad guy in real life. You're gonna come up to him. You know what I mean? There's just certain things that it's just gonna happen. There ain't nothing you could change about that.
Not one bit.
So much more than a diabetic aspect people think. Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah,
it's almost like the diabetic thing. It's just like his alcohol to Tony Stark's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking. Or is like, it just makes him that much more like sick. Like damn, dude, that's fucking dope. So
well, it makes him a little more human. Like he's 100%. Not perfect. Like he can't without the suit. He can't jump leap a tall building or faster than speeding a locomotive.
So does he? If he puts the suit on, does that like keep him? Does he still have to get his insulin? Or
yeah. It's not curing his diabetes or anything like that. It's
no, that's how I would write him too. Like it makes it more urgent. You know what I mean? He has to get the fucking mission done, or he's gonna die. Basically.
Well, in the preview book, it's the first 15 pages of the upcoming Type 1 book.
Yeah,
and it shows it's your stereotypical warehouse scene.
Yeah,
there's a MacGuffin.
Yeah. A stereotype is a
I love the warehouse scenes, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they're fucking dudes are coming in. Don't even get me started about Ben Affleck's warehouse scene.
I think I love that.
I love it, dude. It's the best.
I love it so much.
It's number one. Like number one.
Yeah.
I seen Keaton got number 2. I haven't seen The Flash, but I've seen some shit on some YouTube shorts. I'm like, all right,
really?
He got number 2. He took out the Smallville Giant from Man of Steel with some bombs, and I was like, damn, because Pattinson had number 2. I'm sorry, Pattinson had number 2. He took some fools out in that movie, the Batman. I didn't love that movie, but it is what it is. Like
I'm with you.
He fucks some fools up in there like with some cool moves,
And with such a soft voice, it's like, all right, I'm not fucking with this guy.
Yeah,
he talks like this.
Right?
No, that was a solid ass movie.
It was all right. Could have probably shaved an hour off, but
oh my goodness, yes, please, yeah. I thought it was just me. Everybody's like,
but it had some good shit in it, though. You know what I mean?
It did. But I got the attention span of an amoeba,
dude.
No,
me too, man. Like I talk a lot of shit on the Zoomers and on the modern audience, but I'm kind of similar in that regard. Like I have a short attention span for reading actual like prose and novels and shit, and I'm just like start falling asleep. I'm like smacking myself, like, dude, wake up.
Right, right, yeah.
It's horrible. I hate myself on that aspect. It's one of my downfalls. I'm like, you put a comic in front of me, I kind of wake up a little more. I see the pictures, and my brain just fucking kind of.
I hardly read them. I just look at the pretty pictures.
That's how I was when I was a kid. I mean, I read Mad Magazine, but
and Cracked,
and I loved Crack too, and I love Mort Drucker and Davis and all these cats, dude. And I collected them. I still got them. They're all fucked up, but I still got them. And then I did comics. I read and I started reading them in my 20s, which is fun.
Okay,
it is what it is.
Yeah,
that's cool, man. And then you got a couple of covers on here too, and is that your cover, like this one coming up right here?
Yes, I'm boomerang as we're talking.
Oh no, it's all good.
So this is my cover. Thank you.
Dope. I like
colors by Dan Kemp. We see here we got a little of the South American hints into there. This is Newark, New Jersey.
Dan, that's very low key too, man. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. Dan did a great job of coloring it and making things look good.
Yeah,
I'm really blessed to have him on my as my colorist. And as a friend, he's awesome. He's a great guy.
That's one thing about the art and stuff, boys, man. You guys don't fuck around. You guys spare no expense for your comics. They just 100% next level 90s.
Thank you. Well, you got to invest in yourself. You got to invest in yourself first and foremost. So hopefully people will buy into what you're offering them. It's
hard not to, man. Your stuff looks just top notch, man.
You're too kind. Like it was, I finding the right colorist, like for the vibes I wanted, it was really tough. Yeah. And then just kind of out of nowhere, I saw Dan was on Facebook, and I was just like, shit, Like I hit him up. I bought a tutorial video that him and his brother did for coloring, and I was like, "Hey, by any chance, are you up for commissions for work?" And he's like, "Yeah," and it just kind of went from there. And I owe him a phone call today, but I'll call him tomorrow. But yeah, he's the shit. See, I'm just so lucky because he's one of the dudes that kind of like was there when the wheel was getting invented.
Yeah.
Mwah.
With the coloring too, right? Like
Yeah.
with the image, like Brian Haberlin. Like for me, you remember Brian Haberlin?
Yeah, he studied. He's friends with him, but he studied under him. Like Steve Olaf, like Kiko, like
my buddy like studied like I remember there was a DVD. My buddy got the DVD at a WizardCon back when the Thomas Jane movie came out, and Brian Haberlin was there, and he's like, we got the DVD, and my buddy had it, and then 10 years later, he's like, hey, you want to borrow the DVD? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So
do you still have it?
I gave it back to him like 3 months ago, but I've had it here for like 11 years.
Oh, try to rip that.
I studied it for a little bit to color my comic, and I took notes, you know?
Yeah.
I got what I needed and kind of moved on, but I didn't sit there too much. I wish I had studied it more, but coloring's bitch. For me, it's the hardest part of making a comic, the least funnest part.
Yeah.
You could sit there forever because you're painting and you're creating special effects, and the mood it turns into a movie at that point.
Right.
Like the most important, like it really like this is special effects and the mood, and I don't know. For me, anyways, and the flatting is it's just hard.
Such a pain in the dick.
Yeah. So like. I'm only doing black and white books right now, and it's expensive. It's at the moment I'm just going black and white for the next probably foreseeable future. But I love color, man. Yeah, I love color though, man. It really just it gives you the direction of the world. You know what I mean? Like, and it's more of a theatrical experience too in that regard.
I got a Joe Sontag cover coming.
Nice.
He's busy on finishing up Reaper Destroyer, so he's got a couple pages left on that. But I'm sure, hopefully, by the end of the 30 days of this run, I'll get something. But yeah, whatever the hell he does, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, so, Joe's awesome, dude. I love his art.
Yeah, he's very talented, and he makes me sick. But that should be great. Here's the Phil McNulty and Dan Kemp cover.
Nice.
So that's just so awesome. That's pure 90s. I love it. I love everything about this.
Was the 90s your favorite era of comics?
I would say so. Like like mid to the late 80s, early mid 90s, you know, because like that's when the guys I was inspired, like Art Adams had already been something for a few years. And I was a kid. Like I was born in 81. My dad collected comics, like all his life, and it was always around me. And like being in the 80s, from the cartoons of Spider-Man to like Robotech and all that, I think it was the best era ever. And the first artist that really stood out for me was Art Adams. And then Todd came, and then like Jim and Rob and Wills and all those guys. But
Art
everything
Adams
about
does some crazy shit. I remember my buddy, we'd always go to my Comic-Con, my buddy would fuck with them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yeah, he'd be like, this fool will be a dick sometimes, dude. He'd like, watch this. He'd be like, hey, how long did that piece take you? Dude, that took you 2 weeks, huh? And he's like, Art Adams like, yup.
You're correct. Yeah.
No, his oh man, I love what he did with that last piece he did for like the War of the Realms, for the Thor book. Oh man, it's all the it was so cool. Like I love all the mad art that the details that he puts into his art, man. His
stuff is very talented, and Kayla's gonna give me shit, but like my Art Adams is like 85 to like 89. You know, like that's the thin gestures, the pin heads, the rendering.
He did my favorite Max. Remember the Max? Did you ever see the Max piece he did? That's my favorite all-time Max piece, and it's not even like. And I love Sam Keith. He's one of my main influences. I just loved his Max, dude. He just drew them all like the Hulk, like huge, and it's Art Adams, you know, like Marvel style, you know, like oh man, and then Neil Adams, man. I don't know if you probably heard the Kevin Smith show on Fat Man and Batman with him on there from back.
Those disappeared.
Yeah, it was like the best shit he had, like the stuff with him and Capullo and with
Jim Lee, Jeff Johns, Jeff Loeb,
Quesada, all that shit.
Quesada, yeah.
Like, dude, bro, what are you doing, dude, bro? Like, put that shit back, dude. Everybody, like, I like that stuff, you know.
And then he's just doing shit about him crying about He-Man. or Ghostbusters.
dude.
It's like, you Frankie fraud. Like, no, like give us what we like and what we know you're into.
Bring Kevin Smith back, bro. You body double.
Yeah, yeah. Next time, try to have a massive coronary and bring the original Kevin Smith back. We need him.
Yeah, man.
I got this Riding Pain Streets team up cover by my man Chris Graves, colored by Anthony George.
I love that dude's art, man. He's
isn't he the shot in the arm that we need?
Yeah,
like he's so inspiring. An even better friend, I should say. But he is so inspiring, and just what he's doing, just like, damn. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I need to do my Grove character, because it's like that big vein. Yeah, that pit, creechy, swamp thing, sludge.
That's
type
what I'm
of
on right now. I'm on that shit right now. Like my book, I'm doing a cross between Lobo, Thor, and Hulk.
So word.
If you've like, that's what it is. So
yeah,
I get to get my brute and my biker and my metal and all that shit. So
this one's gonna be Sans logo, because there's no real place to put it.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man.
You're buying the book, you know what you're getting. Like,
no, yeah, that's cool. Like, I like it sometimes when we're in a different world, we're in a different time right now too. We're just kind of really don't even matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, especially we're in like the boutique kind of era as well. Where people like expect cool shit that's things that are not to be expected. Yeah,
a little off the cuff. Yeah,
100%.
I think that me and Joey thrive on that.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man.
Here's some pages from the book. This is page 2 and 3. Opening up the book with a big kick in the face to the villain.
Oh yeah.
Page 4, just shooting more shit, establishing what's going on, explaining the scenario of the situation. Here's another page from the book. Just trying to go after my Brett Boothian, Joe Quesada, Todd McFarlane, Rob Liefeld layouts.
I love that. Yeah, I'm doing similar shit on my books too. Like I like with the borders and shit. I love that.
Yeah,
I go in there with a big old marker and just fucking just tear up the borders. The gutters.
Right. Yeah, no.
It's fun. Just all energy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it's like a fight. It calls for that.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, the preview book, like I said, is the first 15 pages is like that's like my love letter to Rob Liefeld's Strike File.
Damn.
Where like it was essentially a Die Hard and Super Patriot story, but it was 2 to 3 panel pages, splash pages, double page splash. I'm like, let's make this exciting while I'm introducing you to Strees in the world of Type 1. So it shows you going through trying to get the MacGuffin he needs, but he gets a sugar low. And then it's just like the suit armor, or he calls Arm, because like he doesn't act. It's me, like Arm, hey Arm. Yeah. So Arm tells him like you're dropping. He's like, I know, and it also shows you always don't always win. You gotta lick your wounds. You may not get what you want, but if you try some time, you get what you need. Shout out to the Stones.
And they gotta lose too. I mean, we're doing a lot of side quests on the show, but I think I'm having a great time. But I'm gonna do.
That's awesome.
I talked about it before, and I'd like to talk about it again. I think in like these books that we're making, the villain's got to be vile. I think it really helps set up the hero to be heroic, right?
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of like for me, a lot of my villains and a lot of villains that are in like comics, they're very kind of relatable, and I'm trying to get away from that a little bit. I want to be able to have some form of relation to the character's villain a little bit. You kind of understand where they're coming from, but they just got to be evil, dude. Like you got to hate them, and I think that really
you just got to hate them.
That makes the hero more heroic, and also man, it makes for a pretty cool storytelling. And when our heroes get beat down, man, you can really feel it. Like your character's suit Om's telling them like, hey, your sugar's low, or you're low right now. You know what I mean? And he's getting it's almost like he's getting beat down in that aspect too.
No, yeah, and you know what?
We need beat down.
Speaking from life experience, like I have way more low insulin drops than I'd like, and it really beats the hell out of me. Like the yo-yoing effect of going low to overdoing it, like with the sugar intake, so you're a little bit high, and then it's just draining. Like it sucks. I cannot. The only word I could say is it sucks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he goes through that, and hopefully he kind of relates to what I go through and so many other people. You know.
Yeah.
This is my one main villain, Lord Aramis. He's another armor-wearing suit as well. We'll find out how he got his down the line, but he's got a little interesting take on this in the book that I think it kind of works out, like a light darkness type of scenario.
Okay.
But he thinks he's a descendant of like Lord Pakal and all that.
Oh, okay.
So he thinks he's something special. Is he? Right. I don't. We'll find out in the pages of Type 1. But he's gonna be one of the main reasons why we get to see the Lords of the Night, one of the Lords of the Night in the first book, and how that plays out for the rest of the series. So
you're gonna see just one of the Lords. You're gonna see kind of alluding to him in the first book, huh? So you got a lot of books lined up. At least
I got 3,
right? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got 3, and let's see how this one goes because it is a business and you don't want to lose money, you know. So we'll see. You know,
100%. No, yeah, and you gotta try new things. I'm gonna be trying new things with myself too. I understand. It's fun too, man. There's a lot of shit I want to do. Ooh, who's that?
These are my Paramus. They're my Harry and the Hendersons meets Dino Riders. If you see these helmet, when they have these helmets on, it's kind of like being brain boxed. So they're under the control of somebody we'll meet in Type 1, Book 1. But they're, like I said, Ancient Aliens, what we know or what is out there for Sasquatch is like this staff he has is how he travels
through the different stargates, right?
Yeah. Through space.
Yeah, you know about those motherfuckers traveling, right?
Right?
All right, you're on that. You're on that, right?
Oh yeah. I'm on that page.
Very nice.
Yeah. So the little Mayan Aztec type of design, which I just kind of copied and pasted and distorted a bit, but they're pretty brutal.
Cool, dude.
Some Mayan.
I've never seen like anything like that before. The design of the character, very interesting. I love me some Sasquatch, some Bigfoot, all that. I love the cryptid stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope, dude. Wow, that's very interesting.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm definitely trying to create the book I wanted when I was a kid. And
yeah, I'm digging this book, dude. Like the concept's fucking dope as fuck. The art's sick. Like, and you're not really showing like it looks like you're showing just like a little hint of really what's going on. Which I think is pretty cool.
Thank you. Everything like page wise, it's been in the preview book.
Yeah.
These model sheets I've shared on social media one way or another. Let's see what else we got. Here's another panel from the book, kind of that Liefeldian Art Adams type of panel.
Yeah.
And his power energy is mana, which is a little like chi or life force, and the suit enables it. And it could make constructs or energy weapons to whatever vibes you're feeling. And the suit also transforms. So like he can make a blaster gun. And I know somebody's like, that's Blue Beetle. It's like, no, it's not. He's just blue. But yeah, so again, this is my comic cartoon toy. Like I'm just trying to make as much fun for myself while drawing these silly pictures.
Oh yeah, 100%. No, I got a character that does shit like that too. But he does that a bone.
There you go.
Yep.
And so this is in the Ultimate 1 tier, which is kind of like the be all everything all tier where you get everything.
Nice.
It's going to be I'm redrawing this. I drew this back in 2020 for National Diabetes Month, November, what have you. So this is going to be the cover for my book, Con Artist, Volume 3, the Art of Type 1, which is going to be pinups that friends have done for me, behind the scenes, creating in the book, and just some little cool extras of the world of Type 1. So if you get the Ultimate tier, this will be in there. So I'm redrawing that now. I'm going to work on that this weekend, and I'm going to hand off the colors to Dan Kemp because he's way better than I am. than these trashy colors I did. So I just put this there as a placeholder.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. Another panel from the book. We unlocked our first stretch goal, so we got the 6 a.m.
Gotta
magnet.
get that 6 a.m.
Yeah. He's one of the best dudes out there. Like,
Yep.
he's such
I got a couple of those too.
Isn't it an honor for him to take the time to create your character and then put it on that big collage of everybody that's come before? You're like, all right, now I made it. Like, all right, I'm doing something cool now, you know? Like, all right, cool.
I just gotta go look for him too. I'm like, where you put him?
Yeah.
I see you.
It's getting to that because
because he shifts it around sometimes. I'm like, where's my boy?
Oh, does he? See, I just looked at the one that he did for me. It looks like Ella from Michael's characters, like giving him pink eye.
Yeah, right. And you got little Spidey. He's like,
yeah.
What am I gonna do?
Let's see all this stuff. So we got the Ultimate 1 tier.
Nice.
That comes with all 4 covers, a 9-card trading card set, which is also an add-on if you want to buy a book by itself without going that price range. I know it's expensive.
Cool.
But you'll get Con Artist Volume 3 in there, which is only in there. And then anything else I'm able to put into the campaign down the road, I'm throwing in there. So if you spent your hard-earned $200, you're good.
That's the all-in tier, basically. For the most part, right?
Yeah, and I got some tricks up my sleeve that I'm trying to get some good time management to make happen. Like stuff we've talked about prior, about different characters. Trying to do something like that. Stealing what Joe did.
Yeah, no, that's dope, dude.
Got my cover.
Hell yeah.
Phil McNulty. Got the Chris Grays. We got the Joe Sontag.
The Sontag one, that's a big suspense, you know. You're gonna get some people picking that one up.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. Joe's a huge fan base following. And that's why I asked him to do it so I could sniper off of them and get their hard-earned money. I ain't no dumb.
That's cool, man. Oh, I mean, it's like you got to have Joe on there, man. It's hot and stuff, you know.
Nah, Joe's my brother. Like that's my dude.
Hell yeah.
Like I wouldn't besides like him and Mark. Like I probably wouldn't even continue doing this from the last 3 years.
That's cool, man. You got,
Sorry for the sniping or the Pepsi.
I mean, you got a team though. You know what I mean? You said you're drinking Pepsi.
Yeah, Diet Wild Cherry Pepsi.
Dude, I had the best soda ever, bro. Like about a year ago, it was the Pepsi Draft. Have you had that one?
No, I haven't heard of it.
Got a widget in it like Guinness Draft. It's so
it's beer.
Bomb. No, it's a draft soda. It's straight up it's like $2 a can, and it's got the widget in it and the bubbles. It's got nitrous in it.
Really?
So bomb, dude. Yeah, they have a vanilla one too. So and they sell them for like $2, and I was just thirsty. I was coming home from my work. I used to work at Huntington Beach.
Okay.
And I was just like, damn, I was at the gas station. I'm like, that looks pretty bomb. I'm just saying, dude, it was delicious, you know.
I'll have to get this shot.
You know,
a sugar-free one.
Yeah. I was drinking sugar-free stuff for a while, but the you know about aspartame, right?
Yeah, I know. Like I'm diabetic. Like, my teeth are shit. Like I got the worst teeth in the world. Like I brush my teeth, but they're just fucking yellow, just from all the soda I drink, and they're rotting away because sugar. And I'm like, that's not fair. Of all the things of being a diabetic, the teeth thing is what really bothers me.
Yeah, man. Like the aspartame, that should dude. It should fuck me up.
Yeah. Well, that's why I smoke weed to kind of balance it out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's cool. All my friends smoke herb.
Nice.
I just drink the beers.
I like the vapes because not really smoking that much.
Yeah.
I got old ass
CBDs
lungs
too. The CBDs
yeah, CBD's good. CBD's good too.
And the edibles. Oh man.
I don't like the gummies, but I do like myself a good brownie if it's properly displaced cooking wise, because you never know what you're gonna get. Am I gonna have a little bit of an end and it's gonna blow my mind?
Yeah.
Am I gonna have a big piece and it's not gonna do anything?
Right.
And then you don't know if you're gonna try to lick your own back. You know. It's
right.
Like, I'm going blind.
100%, man.
And then I got a donate a book tier for even if you think this is a stupid book, even if you think my art sucks, even whatever, we're gonna donate a copy to a kid, teen that's dealing with type 1 or type 2 diabetes, and give it to him to hopefully give him some sort of inspiration and hope. And from the preview book, and even before the preview book, doing the Facebook thing, I got some pretty cool messages from parents and some kids saying how it was a cool idea. They liked the story, and when they had their bad days of, again, yo-yoing levels, if they couldn't get out of bed, just kept them entertained. I'm like, God bless. That's awesome.
Oh, hell
So,
yeah.
I'm in talks with one organization, still trying to hear back from them about sending them all the books, because I don't want nobody getting mad at me about like choosing who gets a book. Like I'd rather get So, but there's, even if I gotta give it to my endocardiologist to dispense to the kids, like we're gonna make it happen.
Hell yeah, dude.
So I out of everything, this is the coolest one.
Yeah, 100%. That's the legacy of comics, you know, and the kids that, you know, have it tough in that regard at the same time.
And they can get that, and it could hopefully be like a gateway into other comics, from yours to Joe's to Jay's, Kayla's to Mark's to.
It's funny, dude, because like a lot of people are connected right now through a network. You know what I mean? Like you got Comicsgate, you got the fucking Iron Age, you got indie comics. You could say how the fuck you want to say it, but we're all connected.
Yeah,
and so one person could pick that up and then just go into all these different IPs, dude. You know what I mean?
And
awesome.
Like selfishly, that's kind of the goal, you know, is to get kids hooked on comics. You know?
Hell yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? And another thing, dude, I love and I'm envious about is that you're putting out a kid's book, dude. I mean, or an all ages book. It's not a kid's book, but it's all ages. Right?
It's definitely all ages. It's definitely a throwback to the 90s, and it's a violent book. Like it's not like Rainbow Bright or like the Cabbage Patch Kids. Like it's going to get pretty fucking brutal.
Right. Like there'll be some blood in there, right?
There'll be some blood and some massive action scenes. And it's funny you brought that up, because me and Joey were talking a couple weeks ago. He's like, "You're donating this to kids." I'm like, "Yeah. When did you start reading Spawn? You know, think about that."
No, but the kids, they like that. You know what I mean? And they're little know-it-all badasses. You know what I mean? They're little fuckers. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like that's how they are. And especially they want to see some hard shit. I mean, even if I mean, you don't got to give them the dismemberment and the gore and the decapitations and all that shit, but some blood and some punches and some kicks. You know what I mean? That's
I'm not shooting a baby out of the girl's vagina. Shout out to John Malin. But what a scene that was.
Graveyard, Graveyard, right?
Yeah, Graveyard Shift.
I love me some Graveyard Shift. Yeah,
that's a great property. That's one of my favorites. But it's gonna be a hell of a comic book. Like
you want to reading it and smacking his knee and laughing, or she like getting a kick out of it, waiting for the next book. No, I
So like when people like I guess hear the whole thing where like he's a diabetic superhero, we're donating the book to kids.
Yeah,
they're probably thinking like it's a little like a Vanilla Ice. Yeah, very tame.
Yeah,
but it's more like Onyx than anything else. You know, if we're going into
and as it should be. In my opinion, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
no, and I envy you for that, dude. I envy you for that. Like,
appreciate.
And a lot of people, dude. At the end of the day, like they're putting out their horror and their extreme action and their titty books.
Yeah.
A lot of us want to put out they want to do the kid books, dude. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody knows that the kids that are reading comics, that want to read comics, or that should come over and check it out. They need to come over and do it at that age. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's definitely titties in my book. Like,
oh, okay.
There's definitely titties in my book. I based one off of an ex-girlfriend, but yeah, there's definitely titties in my book.
Well, I mean, like the nudes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking like the
variant covers,
the Kickstarter. The kickers.
Yeah. A lot of my friends are doing those books. Those bastards.
Yeah. No, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, some people
bills are expensive. Yeah, you know how much it is to keep the lights on.
Yeah, and some people like making those books, and that's cool.
Yeah,
I don't hold nothing against them for that.
I'll get there eventually. Then we got a tier with my book, and then you get a sketch for $50. The sketch will also be in the ultimate tier as well. Then your standard 4-pack if you want to get the 4-pack of all covers.
Hell yeah, dude! That's a pretty awesome pack right there.
Yeah, I don't have the link for Fund My Comic, but I have an exclusive variant for there by Dan Dahl, color by Enrico Bata, and that's going very well. I misplaced the link, but that surprised me on how well that's doing. and the excitement on that, and some.
How long are you going on that campaign for the for my comic? Are you gonna go a minute on that one, or do you know yet?
Oh, it's gonna be open. Like, I'm not. Realistically, I'm not gonna shoot to try to get this book shipped out till next September. Like, I'm pulling what Joe did.
A year.
Yeah. And like, as a first time creator, like I want to get all my T's crossed and I's dotted, because like making an ash can, it's simple enough. It's not as a big or grand scale as what hopefully
it's hard,
this is going to be.
It's hard. Like, and putting, like, people understand like what you and Joe are doing, and the quality, again, elevated, fucking next level 90s. That's the way I would say the Hot and Stuff books are.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's
even a fucking like however many page, like for me, even a 30 fucking page book, it's gonna take a couple years, dude. Like to do that, like that at that quality, dude. It's hard unless you have an army working with you of creators helping you finish that book, and it's hard, dude. Like getting everybody to help,
Yeah, and like like everybody like on my team.
Yeah,
like Dan is so in demand, and he's got his own book coming out soon. So to give him ample enough time, I just figured this will work out better for everybody. Like Eric Weathers is lettering the book.
Ooh, nice.
And that guy letters everything.
Yeah.
So just again, making sure everything is.
I love that. I love the Eric Weathers, man.
He's such a good
awesome
dude.
He's nice. I caught his live stream today. He was doing a little preview of the Battle Brick Road. That book looks cool.
I can't wait for part 2. I am so excited for that. I'm a huge Wizard of Oz fan. I love his take on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's dope, dude. It's the best since The Wiz.
Yeah. Yes.
Or not The Wiz. Sorry, Return to Oz.
Yes. The
like
Wiz
Return
is
to Oz.
awesome. Me too.
The Wiz is all right, but I like Return to Oz. That shit's metal as fuck.
Keep on down the road. Yeah,
right?
Man.
With the wheelies. And that lady with the heads. That shit was pretty hardcore, dude.
I remember watching that in first grade, eating Ghostbusters cereal.
Yeah, and the lady with the heads, that's Bagmorta from Willow.
Okay.
Same actress. Yeah.
I got that DVD. I that's one of the DVDs in my early 20s I felt I needed in my life as a creator.
What, Willow?
No.
Return to Oz?
Yeah, Return to Oz.
Yeah, the movie's pretty baked out, dude.
It's like
pretty dark. Yeah.
It's wild. Here's a character, Avanzar, that we're gonna be introduced in the book as well. As you notice, he has one of the staffs from the Paramus. We'll learn why and how. But he's another armored hero character. We'll find out what his motives are, but he's kind of like my Cable. Like, I'll just kind of say that. He's like like traveling through space and time and all that. Well, not like time, like going to dates, but different areas.
Stuff around, huh?
Yeah, so he's a lot of fun. I remember creating him like 20 something years ago at my pool with the margarita.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, like in between, right? like summer classes of college. Like I would take summer courses just to knock out like the dumb shit.
Yeah.
But I didn't graduate college, though. Shows how smart I am.
Sometimes you got to go there to find out who you are. I took a couple classes in college and I dropped them. I said, "Fuck this shit! I'm not gonna do this shit." I got out of there. But I feel you, man. I gotta ask you, man. You got a favorite movie?
Oh my goodness. Oh, it depends on the moment. It could be either Transformers. It could be. It could be The Quiet Man. It could be.
Oh, I love The Quiet Man. That's funny. You dropped that. A lot of people don't know about that shit. That's my favorite John Wayne movie.
I was named after. My dad named me after. Well, he dropped my mom made him drop the Thornton when she was giving birth. But Thornton. Yeah. Named after. I had my dad's painting somewhere here, and he's got like a strip from one of the John Wayne's wardrobe, because he was a huge John Wayne fan, but so he named me after that. But yeah, La Bamba. I don't know.
La Bamba was cool back in the day.
Yeah, man. There's so much. Godfather, Star Wars. It's hard. There's just too much to classify.
Three movies then.
God damn. All right, Transformers.
The first one?
The cartoon, the 86 movie.
Oh, okay. Rocketeer.
The Rocketeer.
That movie's badass.
And then let's just say for shits and giggles, Casablanca.
Okay.
Switch things up.
Well, Humphrey Bogart in there.
Yeah, I watch that once a year. That's such a great film, regardless of story, for like lighting and shading.
Yes, yeah, the cinematography and everything.
Yeah.
And the mood. Remember, I was telling you
Mhm.
earlier, like this page doesn't have the right mood.
Yes.
For me, it's like the feel, the mood, the vibe, the tone, the amp, all that
Yeah.
shit. It has nothing to do with like the energy or nothing like that. It's just like it's kind of like not even the lighting. It's just like I don't know, man. Like some pages for me,
The ambiance.
the ambiance is the word I would say
Yeah.
is what I'm looking for on some
Mhm.
pages. Quiet Man though, dude, I love that. For me, I go hard over here for Patrick's Day. Corned beef, cabbage, Irish cheese, Irish whiskey, Guinness.
Sure.
I watched that movie. We watched Darby O'Gill,
Okay.
and probably look at some Irish castles and stuff like that. I actually want to do a sorry, off topic. I want to do a St. Patrick Snake Slayer book, kind of like might dive into Irish folklore.
Okay.
But I know he's not even from Ireland. He's a Britannian, but still, like that. Yeah, I just love it. So
Very cool.
crazy shit. Yeah, this guy hates coloring too, Jay.
Yeah. Oh, if we hit our 10K next stretch goal, we're gonna get Stree's piece by Jay of Desolate Soul Studios.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited for that. He just emailed me that the other day, and it came out awesome. So
That's
I
dope, man.
gotta send that off to Dan, and yeah, really excited. It's cool when it's like, oh shit, I did this one stretch goal. Can I do the next one? I think I can.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
it's like I don't have any crazy ambitions of like I'm gonna make $1 million. Nah, like I want to make my fucking comic book, but I'm gonna hopefully entertain you guys while we're doing the process of this.
Oh yeah, man. And it's a fun character, an awesome world, and it just sounds like a fun like experience. To be honest, man. And I like the character. He's not fucking OP, as the kids would say.
Right.
He has his things he has to deal with in the story to keep going. I was wondering, man, you got a favorite beer? I know sometimes you have a couple drinks on and stuff.
Yeah, but, beer, like Miller Lite, just so I can drink more. Like if I do drink.
Right.
Corona. I'm not into like IPs or like.
I drink IPAs, but a lot like I think I'm kind of allergic to them in some of the rice beers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you. Like I used to be such a fucking party animal. Like I used to be such a not a degenerate, but like I was your stereotypical like Jersey Shore person.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I had my fun, but
me too.
Yeah, I hardly drink anymore. Like if I'm with my family, like I'll go hard.
Yeah.
And thank God, Target has these patches. If you get it in like their medical section, it's amazing for hangovers. Like
nice.
like you feel like you feel exhausted the next day, but you don't feel like hungover. And I've tried
your head doesn't hurt, light doesn't hurt your eyes so much.
Not so much, and like after like going hard like different shots or tequila.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta get more, but yeah, I try not to drink that much anymore just because it hurts.
Totally.
Hangovers hurt.
Yeah, they hurt and they make you feel like you did something wrong. But I mean, you really didn't do nothing wrong. You just get that feeling.
Like whose wife did I hit on last night?
Yeah.
Like,
what did I do?
Yeah.
I just drink usually like pretty much just on Open the Gates. Just on this show, I'll have a beer now.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Helps me loosen up a bit and have fun with the guests and stuff.
Sure.
But every now and then, there'll be a barbecue there'll be a Saturday or Sunday, and I'll be hitting the Modelo's.
Oh my goodness, I love Modelo.
Yeah, that's like the number one beer out here, man. Like that's, I like the Negra, the dark ones. I like dark beer.
Those are good. Yeah, I'm not a dark beer fan myself, but I will drink those. Yeah, that's for sure.
100%.
But it's very disrespectful that they put those in cans.
Yeah, bottles are nicer, man.
Yeah, that's a beer that deserves a nice crack with your beer bottle.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, those are beautiful beers.
Hell yeah. Well, shoot, man. Did you want to show your Fund My Comic? page
I gotta
a little bit?
find the. Yeah, let me find the.
I was trying to hunt it down. I was searching your Twitter. I couldn't find it though. I was like, man, where's that shit at?
Yeah, I'm the worst.
No, it's all good.
Caleb will be yelling at me. Oh, where do you search it?
That's good. You gotta have people yelling at you sometimes.
Yeah.
In the good way.
Ooh.
Just because I know there's some cats that they only want to back on there and they won't back in IGG. I'm gonna launch my next book on there personally.
Oh, word!
I'm very excited. It won't be for another year or so at least, but I'm excited to go over there with Luke.
Luke's good people. So I like him a lot. He's a good guy.
Very nice guy, man. Very nice guy.
Oh wow, we got more. Nice.
Is that Mark up there?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Polton?
Yeah.
I love Mark, man.
That's my older brother.
Another killer universe. I love me some Viking Wolf and just all of his books, dude.
Sea Dog, U.S. Assassin. Yeah, he's a genius when it comes
to powerhouse, dude.
Creating comics. Yeah, I'm very lucky to have him in my life and in my corner.
That's cool, man. Like I was saying, you kind of have like you have your little bullpen. It's not a bullpen, but you have like a modernized bullpen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much.
Joe and Mark and a bunch of other cats. You know?
Mm-hmm. It's definitely a workshop environment between all of us. Just like,
and I'm sure you don't kiss each other's asses behind the scenes. I'm sure you guys are pretty real with each other.
No, we're brutal. Yeah,
and that's brutal. What helps you out that way. And like most people, like in our scene, they don't have that. There's some, and I see there's a few clicks out there, and it's I believe that needs to happen. Like there needs. What up, Capfinity? There needs to be clicks, dude, in that regard, you know, that are workshop clicks, like bullpen clicks, where you guys are kind of fucking each other up, taking you down and pushing each other, you know, and I think that helps a lot. And I notice within these said clicks, I see a lot of like really good books, dude. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very lucky. He's got my squad.
Is that Dan Dahl's book right there?
Yes. So
I love Dan Dahl's art, man. I love that.
I love Dan as a human being. His art is so inspiring. Back in December, the community came together for my family and did an auction for us. And Joe threw that together. Joe and Mark threw that together. And Joey hit up Dan. He's like, would you mind doing something or whatever? He's like, yeah, I'll do Sean's character for him. And he can do whatever he wants with the actual art. Sumo Theory bought the art, made sure I had the original. So when it came to coming up with the for the Fun My Comic, I'm like, I would like something exclusive, and it was a no-brainer. So I had my friend Enrico Bata color it up for me, and I think it came out awesome, and it's doing really well. 27 backers. Anyone that buys this book will be getting a print of this cover minus the logo, so the moon doesn't get in the way.
Oh hell yeah, dude! But I love his art, dude. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, mine too.
In our scene. And it's funny because like I know it sounds kind of cheeseball, but like a lot of the cats in our scene are like my favorite artists.
That's what's up. Yeah, mine as well.
I know it's I'm being fucking serious too. Like like Preston Azevedo. He's one of my big inspirations.
Yeah, I just met that guy like a few weeks ago. Such a great human being. Yeah,
I never met. I met. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, not in real life, but man.
He was Chimera was on, and he I guess he shot the link, and then he came on, and I was like, wow, I've always known of his awesome artness, you know, and I've seen him on different streams, but just be able to connect and talk to him and shoot the shit about art and process and
he knows his
comics shit. was awesome.
He's got a lot of good ideas too, a lot of good tips too for artists. He was the first guy that actually brought me onto a live stream in the Comics Gate and whatnot. So I'm forever like indebted to that guy, and I learn a lot from him.
Just good people.
But him and Dan just so professional with his work, his colors and his sketch cards and just things like that. Damn, dude, I love the way he draws heads. Like his eyes placement, like on, I don't know, it sounds kind of weird, but damn, just the way he draws like the heads on his characters look really, really cool.
No, I'll get a little sappy as well. Like as inspiring, as phenomenal as he is as an illustrator, like he's a better human being and a better friend. You know,
it's always cool. I've never met the dude, but that's
awesome.
We've
had him on art and stuff, and couple live draw streams or just you know, messaging each other back and forth just about, hey, that's cool. Oh, what's up? You know, just good peoples, just good fucking peoples. And he makes me sick because he's so talented.
No, that's good. I'm glad that we have him in the space. Him and you know, people like him, and there's just more dudes coming too, man. Coming in.
And, you know, essentially the same shit minus the 4 covers.
That's cool. I
or
like
3 other covers.
It looks really nice in here, like the blue. You know what I mean? I know it sounds kind of, again, we're talking ambiance, but I mean, it looks good on this campaign. And this one's going to be pumping for a few more months too, right?
Oh, I'm not closing this down until I'm
you need to?
shipping. Yeah, like this is going to be look, I'm funded.
Yeah,
that's all that matters. Now it's just a year of working on the book and keep promoting it.
Yeah,
like, you got to be on that trail. You got to always sell yourself.
You have to.
You know?
Well, like there's another cat, Professor Murph. He did a book. There's this cat named Professor
I love Murph.
So
yeah,
I mean, you've got like most of these people on your show probably, and Murph, his campaign is amorphous, ever changing. He's got new books coming. He's got toys. He's got a big fucking badass motherfucker werewolf. He just
I'm constantly getting well, I'm sure you as well, constantly getting updates from him about what he's doing. I'm
and
like,
new
damn,
stuff.
I gotta take notes.
It's an organic campaign, and it's like ain't nothing wrong with that. I like that. It's like you're still part of the experience, but he's adding new things to it. It's organic. It's amorphous. It's ever changing. It's fresh. It's fun. No one else is doing that too. So I like, you know. Well, actually, Joe's doing a little bit though. Joe's putting like sketch cards in his stuff and doing things like that.
Yeah. Shout out to Rick Saylor for that, because Rick is
Rick
always
Saylor,
in his ear and in my ear.
Rick's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's the best. So Joe's trying new things just to try to get that campaign to where it really should be, like a 6-figure campaign. I believe it should be.
Yeah, totally, 100%, dude.
But just to keep it alive, you know, just do what you can do. Like I'll get there eventually. I just want to square some things away. But yeah, I'm gonna have this book campaign open for definitely a year.
Oh, for sure, dude. For sure. There's a lot of people that, you know, and to be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie, it's a fact. Like right now, the economy is kind of fucked up right now, dude. A lot of people aren't backing as much as they used to. Mm-hmm. I know I'm not, to be honest. There's like at least 20 books that like I would have backed already, but things are kind of different right now. But it's not going to be this way forever.
Hopefully, but it is what it is for now, and you just kind of got to roll with it, you know.
Like, hell yeah, dude.
That's why like the slow, steady process will win the race.
Always slow and steady always wins the race, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that, you know,
I like to equate it as like an R&B song, like a riff from Jodeci. That you gotta be a tender, gentle lover, you know, to get your,
no,
to
you
get
do
your
though.
process out. Yeah, it's all about foreplay.
No, I mean it is though. I mean 100%. Yeah, that's funny, dude. Yeah,
but I'm really excited. I'm so thankful for all the support from people sharing, spending their hard-earned money when it's so expensive just to get eggs or gas or feed your family. You're helping me fulfill my dream project.
That's crazy, huh?
It's a blessing.
Getting your book out there, and is this your first campaign?
Real one, yeah, because I've done the slide into my DMs type of thing for the ash cans and
that was dope.
And my con artist. Yeah, I appreciate that. We're gonna go back to print on those for Ocean City Comic-Con in December.
Nice. That's dope.
I'm not reprinting what you got because I feel that's that.
Oh, okay.
That should be that. You know, like you spent your hard-earned money. If we can make it a collectible, or in my mind, leave it at that.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to reprint it, but it's going to be a standard cover, floppy? No gimmick. Yeah, just standard cardstock, nothing gimmicky on it. And then I'm going to do a black and white version of the Writhing Pain one that Chris did. So that's going to be for December, and then I'll put some up on the store, or maybe even up here for sale. But
it'd be cool if you had for type 1, like a fucking sketch cover, but solid blue. And you just you draw at cons only in whiteout and white pins.
You know, I was trying for the sketch for the sketch tier, because I was trying to steal what Bancroft did with his, because he was doing like the silver, gold, and the other, I forget the other color that escaped me.
Yeah, because you can do different lighting
paper.
and whatnot.
Yeah, blue paper.
Yep.
with the whiteout, but
Only
the
whiteout.
paper I got was very, very flimsy and not docile. So I threw that idea, did this, but yeah, maybe a blue sketch cover would be good with.
It's amazing all the different whiteout pins they have now. Like I've been watching that Daniel Warren Johnson cat, and that guy, I got a lot of inspiration from him. Just he's fucking fearless with his whiteout. It's just this piling on the whiteout, but I mean, at the end of the day, when you scan it in, it looks fucking. His work looks dope. You know, it doesn't matter.
You do your cleanup, yeah. Oh
yeah,
my
you
God.
can clean it up, but then you add your effects too, and you never have to worry about a fucking thing anymore. Like like I'm not even scared anymore when I do my drawings. Like like I'm gonna fuck this up. I don't like by being not scared. It made me more fearless in my drawings just by watching him. And so now I'm just like, oh, this is cool, you know. And then there's all these different white. You got the jelly rolls, and there's better like whiteout pins. I don't like jelly rolls that much. They suck for me.
They're those are kind of a pain in the dick.
Yeah, it's a. I mean, Joe Ball does a good job with that. It's a
he's another vicious one. He's a vicious artist. He's so talented. Yeah,
he mastered it. It's a fucking job. I can't do it. Every now and then though, I'll pick it up and I'm like, all right, here we go. Every page I'll pick that fucker up and I'm like, trying, come on, baby, come on.
Yeah.
You gotta roll. Let's do that jelly. And I'm like, all right, fuck it, bring the pin tab back, you know. But there's
a Procos.
The Procos, yeah.
Those are really
those are the ones I need. Once I have those, I can't fucking wait, dude. Like,
do you have like a Michaels or a Dick Blick around you?
Yeah, I have a Hobby Lobby. I have two Michaels. I have a Hobby Lobby and a Michaels right next to each other. They're across each other.
And that's what's up.
And I have the Art Supply Warehouse.
Like, I've heard all about that.
In Huntington Beach. I bought a Tagger marker from there 20 years ago.
Okay.
I fill it with black ink, and I still use it for effects and for doing my Magnolia fucking thick blacks in the background.
Okay.
I still use it.
That's what's up.
Yeah. But yeah, that shit's cool, man. That would be dope if you had that blue cover.
Yeah, that's a. Let me put that in my notes.
I ain't never seen nothing. I mean, and that just popped in my head right now. But I was just like, damn, ain't never seen nothing like that before. You know what made me think about that was I thought of that from Batman animated series. And you know how on that when they sourced it out to Asia, I think it was Japan or whatnot, everything was on black paper. So they had to come back and draw everything in color on top of it. That's why everything's so fucking dark and black in the first.
The backgrounds?
Black paper. Everything was on black paper in the first 2 seasons. So
really?
Yeah. So they had to color everything, so it's already black. It's already noir beyond all fucking imagination. You know, like, ooh, that's cool. I like that. You know, I love that show, bro. I love that show.
Oh, you and me both. Yeah, I think that was like our first. Not mature, but a different vibe of cartoons, you know, back in '92 when it first came out. Like, definitely different than like the tone of like a Brave. Well, Brave Star got dark, but Batman was a little more mature. It made you feel more of an adult as a 11-year-old. Yeah.
The little 30-minute movies, you know, and I love the title cards too. Between, like, you know, so I was trying to incorporate that in my books. Like with every chapter, I will do a title card. I haven't done it for the new book, but I'm going to do it. I like seeing those chapters in, I don't know, it's like say if you got a 50-page book, 25 pages, 20 pages, you drop a title card if it needs it. If not, then that's kind of lame, but I like it. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool, you know?
No, I think it's definitely dope. And it's a throwback to like you for your grandfather, like the Shadow or the Phantom or the Green Horn. Yeah.
I love those characters, man. Yeah, they're really fun. Really just kind of, you know, pulpy, kind of basic in some ways, but not. You know?
No, yeah. Okay, like back then, it was like what we think graveyard shift is to us. You know? But it's still it may be basic, but it's still pure of what it is, and it's just pure awesomeness.
Yeah.
Like my grandfather used to recite to me the Shadow, the Shadow knows, and what came before that. But yeah, I love that stuff.
What evil lurks in the hearts of men, the Shadow knows. It's dope.
And all this does some great shows.
All this does some, and was it Razor Fist has the Shadow Cast? Those are fun too.
Yeah.
I like listening to both of those.
Yeah.
It's fun when you're drawing, dude.
Oh yeah. When
you're writing, do you ever put on movie scores?
Yes.
Those are fun. I do that when drawing too. And,
yeah, same.
but with the movie scores, the lyrics don't fuck you up so much when you're actually typing or writing or penciling the words.
Yeah. It's the worst when you're trying to write like a heartfelt, sincere moment, but you're listening to Jodeci and it's like every other word's like, I want to freak you. It's like, I can't go in there. You know?
Right? Yeah, no, totally, dude.
What else do you do to for when you're creating, like besides scores or movies?
If I'm creating, like for me, I know it sounds kind of lame, but I just a lot of ideas come to me, man. I would usually barbecue. I'd put on some music, usually metal, but I'd sit out there and drink my beer and barbecue like some steak tri-tip, and just ideas just come to me. Like I actually have to like put a lid on it. Like, hey, Matt, all right, you got like 200 characters. Chill the fuck out. You are no longer allowed to create anything for like the next 5 years. So I won't do that. But when I'm writing these, I have these one-liners that come up, like stupid cheesy shit, you know, or just things that happen, you know. For my Butch Cleaver, that was more of like a slasher, Hammer, Universal Monster, Western type book, you know, Gothic. But for the new stuff that I'm doing, I'm trying to I'm writing my endings first. I'm looking for this emotional attachment.
Yes.
That's going to happen to me. Like, do I feel any emotion in this? Am I walking away from the story that I emotionally connect to this story? You know, so I'm trying to go in there and do that. I feel otherwise something's missing, I guess. So when the new one, I know I have that. My new book's called Hell War. So
awesome.
that one I know I have that, and it's going to be about family and the burden of carrying a great loss over your shoulders, and this the family dynamic. I think it's fun because in the story he's a bounty hunter for Hell, in my story, Hell Nora, and he has to basically he's trying to free his brother from Hell. His brother's been in Hell or Hellheim for like over 2,000 years or so, something 1,000 years. So it's his last day on the job. He's a biker though. It's in the 90s. It's during the metal scene, and he's a mechanic too, and he's got to free his brother from Hell, you know, and that's they have some history too, so that's there's more to it than that. But I mean, there's some one-liners and things like that. I type up a script, and I don't know, man. But when I'm typing or writing and whatnot, I like the movie scores. Yeah, so I'm listening to Bram Stoker's Dracula. I'm listening to Basil Polidor's RoboCop. I'm listening to Basil Polidor's Conan the Barbarian. I'm listening to Hans Zimmer. I'm listening to James Newton Howard. I'm listening to Howard Shore. Just all those guys. Like I'm there. Like whoa, chill out, dude. You're not in a fucking movie. You're not that character. Like don't take
but it brings you to the world you're creating. Yeah. That's what it's all about.
It's like that thing with metal too. I listen to metal, and a lot of cats like take their metal serious. You know, it's like, hey, dude, like you watch Metalocalypse, right? Like you see how that shit's funny. I tell people like that's how metal is. Like chill out with your fucking metal, dude. Everyone knows it's hard and but it's like you're not living in that fantasy like hell fucking Middle Earth world. You know, just have some fun with the metal. You know.
I got some goons from back home that are like that. Yeah. Like you guys can relax.
Just have fun with it, dude. I mean,
I think they're Vikings. Yeah, it's like you're from East Brunswick. Relax.
Give me some stew, motherfucker.
Yeah.
From Vinland. No, that's cool though, dude. But that's what I do. I type up the whole script, and then I print it out and I staple it, and then I just have like page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen that way. Page 3 might turn into 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna write dialogue and write things like that. But I have a physical document. You know what I mean? Of the stapled, and I could go to the script. You know, and starts out as 70 pages. Now I'm already in 80 pages. You know, so. And then, like again, your story, it's amorphous, it's unchained. You're gonna come up with some ideas on the fly, and that's the whole point. It's fun, and you want to surprise yourself.
I took elements from a later part of the story, and I'm like, fuck it, I don't know if I'm gonna ever get to that. So I incorporated them into volume 2, like this past last week, where it's like there's these characters I had based on two brothers. There's these two brothers I grew up with. I went to Taekwondo with as kids, Caesar and Enrique. They used to beat the shit out of each other, like bloodbaths all over their geese. These guys were awesome. And we were like only 9 and 10. They were just cool dudes, beat the shit out of each other. So I'm like, oh, now I have a Caesar and Enrique armor-based characters in my book. So
That's cool.
That's kind of fun. Yeah. Hopefully they'll never read it, so they don't sue me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like was it Tony
Beat me
Twist?
up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't want those two fucking crazy Asians kicking my ass, because if they were little like weapons back when they were 10, I can only think of what they are in their 40s.
Woo!
Yeah.
Go hard, huh?
Yeah. But then no, they're just taking like I'm like putting in what I want for my story, and I'm just maybe mix mashing some stuff, but I think it's gonna make it a better product for everyone to be more enjoyed in.
Oh yeah, 100%, dude.
Mhm.
I have full 100% sure that the book's gonna be awesome, dude, and people are gonna connect with it because of you put your life experiences into it, dude, and that's what resonates to it. It has that emotional connection to you. You know what I mean? So that was kind of what I was talking about earlier, that emotional connection to the creator. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not necessarily meaning it has to be good or bad, but it has to be somewhat emoting you in the story. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, but that's how I feel personally.
No, it's perfectly said.
How I want to do things now.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, man. Well, shoot, man. We shared both campaigns. Is there anything else that you'd like to share out or go over?
Yeah. Back Reaper Destroyer.
Nice.
If you haven't, back Writhing Pain, back Coney Waves, back Godlike the Second Chance. I think that's closing out next couple of days, I think.
Nice.
Yeah. Back Atlas of Sidonia by Jay from Desolate Soul Studios.
Hell yeah.
Back all my friend books. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. And even if I know times are tough now with everything, just share the campaign, you know?
Yeah. Share it out. A lot of people's, I've noticed, dude, like a lot of people's tweets are getting buried and stuff. You know what I mean? So even if you like and share it, I try to get in there like once a day, and
I'm the worst.
they come in there and just like boom, 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 like on a break at work, like wow, like I shamelessly I try to shill people out like a fucking robot, just because I'm like, dude, we got to keep this thing going.
Yeah,
it's an engine. It needs to be we need to be promoting ourselves.
But the way Twitter sucks now. Like,
it does. That's what I'm talking.
I can't scroll past, like, there's only like this much I could see on somebody's homepage.
Yeah.
Like, I can't go down. I don't know what the hell. I'm an idiot. But like, unless it's like I go on Twitter and I see it in my face.
Yeah.
That's how I go. Because I'm always kind of on the fly. I'm like, there's Matt's campaign. If I see it, I'll do it. But if not, that's just how it is. Like, I feel like a cunt a little bit, but again, if it's not in my face,
you can't see it.
Yeah, I just can't see it. So.
Yeah, no, that's just the way things are going now, you know.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, man. Well, thanks for coming on, man. I'd love to do it again sometime. Hopefully for your next book or whenever you want to come on, you're more than welcome.
And with that and stuff, you always have an open spot there. You just let us know.
Brother.
Contact Joey, because I make sure that he schedules all the guests, because I'm very lazy. And everybody knows that. They're like, can I come on out and stuff? I'm like, you can contact Joe.
Oh yeah, I'll be hitting you guys up.
Fucking yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, where can people find you at, Sean?
Yeah, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Sean Aaron. YouTube, I'll eventually be starting up an animation 80s cartoons type of show whenever that happens.
Hell yeah.
On Joe's channel, we have art and stuff on his channel on Wednesdays. On Tuesdays, me, him, and Kayla do appreciating comic book art.
Nice. Yes.
And then I think that's it. Oh, Wednesdays we do Revolution on Mark's channel at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's mostly me, Mark, Enrico, Chris, and Mike McMahon.
So you're doing a bunch of shows. You're on like 3 shows a week or 4 shows.
Yeah, it sucks. Like, I need my time back. I'm like,
oh
like
cool.
Something happened that we had to take off last night. And I'm like, yes. It sucks we had to take off.
Like me and Brian Kreisgau, Six Gun Gorilla writer, me and him have a show called Horror Movie Club, and we're taking a break right now. We normally do that Thursdays. I try to knock out all my YouTube in one day. So we do that show. We pick a horror movie that's not behind a paywall, usually from Tubi, and we talk about it. And he usually picks like older school, like kind of foreign horror movies or just overlooked horror movies. I try to push for that because I like all the trendy like pop culture or horror from like the 80s and shit. And
Yeah, same as
and
I.
people, we'll put the link in there so people could come on and hopefully like we disagree on it. That way we can have some disagreement. You know, it sucks when everybody's agreeing on shit all the time.
Yeah,
But
it's very
sometimes it is what it is.
copacetic.
It is what it is, though. I mean, if you like it, you like it. But that's what we do. And then I try to roll into this show afterwards too, and kind of keep it all in, for what I do. It's easier for me to do it all in one day. You know.
I hear that,
So,
but it gets draining. Like
yeah,
if we didn't have like a 4-hour break between Revolution and Not and stuff,
yeah,
I would go fucking crazy.
right.
Like I can't be on all the time. Like I need to be in my space. I need showing time. I need to decompress.
Oh yeah, totally.
And then I'll come back a couple hours later to give you a show. You know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks again for coming on, man. I really appreciated it. Again,
Thank you.
we got to do it again. Whenever. And thanks to everybody for watching. Thanks for people that were in the chat and everyone that's been turning out to the shows. And always remember to be bold, be brave, and roll the bones to know your role. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.